This is Yogesh Joshi from Indian Chemical News. And we have with us Mr. CHINTAN TURAKHIA. You are the partner in a company called Pumpsquare Systems, which is a Gujarat-based company. Welcome, Mr. CHINTAN.
Thank you very much.
Can you share a little bit about what Pumpsquare is all about?
Yeah. We are into manufacturing. We are into manufacturing of positive displacement pump, mainly the progressive cavity pump, twin screw pump, triple screw pump, gear pumps, and low pumps. We started this in 2011 after my return from Masters in Mechanical Engineering from USA, and currently we are producing this 8 different types of pumps under one roof. We are the only company in India who is doing this. Our pump range is from about 1 liter per minute to 10,000 liters per minute, and the discharge pressure ranging up to 120 bar. So this is what we do here. We have a facility of about 15,000 square feet with all the required machinery and test bed rightly equipped. We are one of the leading suppliers with Maharashtra State Power, Gujarat State Power, and to many of other OEMs in turbine industries and gearbox making industries.
I see. So that's a pretty impressive portfolio. And power is one segment which I could understand that you cater to. So besides this, which are the other industry segments that you are reaching out to?
So we give our pumps for basically for lube oil blending plants, to paint manufacturers, paint subsidiaries like resins. Then we give it for chemicals, wastewater, and to ETP plants, and to food industries like for pumping chocolate, mayonnaise, cheese, butter, and soya sauce. Right. So we go case to case basis, and we go for right application. Our pump company motto is right pump for right application. So if you have the application, we have the right pumps for you.
Okay. Right. That's a pretty interesting style of working, I think you have, and I'm sure it should be a successful one. Yes. Okay. In terms of your distribution strategy, how do you go about? Like, do you have a channel partner network? You sell directly? What is the...
Yeah. So our company turnover is about 60% is into exports. We export it to countries like USA, Netherlands, Italy, and to Singapore. Currently, we recently bagged the order for exporting pumps to Russia, which is in documentation stage. And our strategy is simple. When we do export, we sell it to another pump company over there, and they do the distribution over there so that they can render to the right services required by the end customer. Now coming to the Indian domestic segment, which is about 40% of what we have it here, we categorize at OEM and non-OEM segment. So for OEM segment, we cater it directly from the factory, and for the non-OEM segments, we have a dealer or an agent which will be catering it, and so that he can have his presence there. Currently, we have our 2 right dealer setup. One is in Delhi and the other is in Bangalore. Okay. We have an agent in Pune and Bhilai and Chennai. Okay. So this is the current setup what we have. Apart from there, for different industries, we have a different agent. We work with them on case-to-case basis. Okay. Right.
Sounds interesting. I think this pump and valve industry is a pretty, competitive one, and a matured one as well when it comes to the manufacturing, plants, if we talk about. So how do you, distinguish between, yourself vis-a-vis the others, and what's your USP which is helping you, reach newer heights every time?
So as I iterated earlier to you, we go with what we call as giving pumps for right application. Our second motto is proven designs are better designed. Now, if you look at the pump industry, per se, the principle has remained the same from last 30 or 40 years. There is no change in the principle of the pumps, but we are adding additional things to it. We are adding electronics to the pumps. So, we are now making the pumps IIoT ready. So all these old pumps that were designed, we now have a better quality pumps. We have wide variety of materials available. we can get the product quicker to the market because of the new additive manufacturing that is available in these days, like 3D manufacturing, so that we can make patterns very fast. Apart from that, we are adding, say, pressure switches on our pumps. So that is another IIoT addition. We have got no dry run devices on our pumps so that the pump life is saved. And we have wide number of electronics on our pump added if as per the demand of the customer. So you get the right data for the pumps, that how many hours the pump has run, what is the condition of the bearing, how much heating up is taking place because of the PT sensors giving the data. And then because of that, you do the predictive analysis that when the next pump will fail or what are the chances that the seal might fail. And we have an algorithm or the chart setup that maybe after 40,000 hours, you change the bearing because that's the normal bearing life of the pump. Similarly, after say about 10,000 hours, you might want to change the mechanical seal, or if it's a twin screw pump, it will give you a signal that it's a time to change the oil in the gearbox. So we are adding these features to the pumps. Apart from that, we are also integrating VFDs. So a same pump can be used for versatile application. So a pump running at 1450 RPM can go up to 1750 RPM with the use of VFD, and you can at least extend the life of a pump by about 10 to 25%. So we are doing whatever possible solutions we are adding to it. Apart from that, we are also taking in account that in today's time, engineers are more tech savvy. They don't want to really do hard work on the floors, which is difficult. So all our designs we have changed where there is bearing alignment is avoided by giving flange mounted pumps to them, or maybe a monoblock pump. And these are the small changes that we have been incorporating so that the pumps are easily sellable in the market, and there is a very huge acceptance by them. We use two technologies. We use trees technology for designing and axiomatic design theory. So we have a mix of these two theory going on in the background so that customer's voice or customer problems are always captured by us here.
Quite interesting. In terms of the schemes that are currently being promoted by Indian government, largely your Make in India, Atmanirbhar Bharat, where do you see your organization leveraging these kind of programs for the growth of yours?
I would like to thank first of all the Honorable Prime Minister for getting the Make in India scheme and leveraging the things here. Atmanirbhar Bharat program has definitely helped us. One of the key point is now the government PSUs have been procuring pumps pumps and parts from GEM website, which has brought a lot of transparency. And as a small manufacturer, I am able to quote, I am able to participate, and I am able to give our products to them. Second most important thing, what I feel is now the Indian market is matured enough and they are now looking for Indian products. They are relying on Indian products. But again, it's too competitive unless the consultant gets the approval. But there are places where we have given a lot of import substitute pumps to our customers. For example, the complete machinery or the turbine is being bought from China. But when it comes to, there is a problem with the pumps, they approach us and we have given them one-to-one import substitute. Right? And then there are PSUs where there is still a challenge because they are not ready to take the risk probably with the new vendor, or they just don't want the new vendor in. So in case of emergency, they will come to us, they will ask us for a mechanical seal replacement for a particular pump, but they don't buy pumps from us or they don't get the pumps approved. So that is the place where the consultants and the big PSUs need to be a little liberal, get the contractors on board, at least give about 10-15% of the orders, identify new vendors, develop them. And I am sure that the Indian market or the Indian pump manufacturers, not me, but everybody will be able to give the right product to the customers. So that is what is my opinion, my views on this thing. But if you look at steel plant industries, I would say now a lot of procurement is being done with transparency, and we are ourselves are able to supply. The requirement of import substitution has been almost been completed, and we are able to supply them with the reliable products, I would say.
One last question, Mr. Chintan. We see a lot of traction that you just spoke about, a lot of exciting things, stuff, and I'm sure these are all the work in progress. So where do we see your organization down the line 5 years from now, let's say?
So our next 5-year plan is to give pumps for develop the pumps for LPG and LNG, because that is where the next boom is supposed to be. Pumps for pumping ethanol, with this new mixed blend being made compulsory, and the demand, we see that the demand for sugar industries is going to increase like anything, especially with production of ethanol from molasses. And apart from that, we are looking forward for manufacturing twin screw pumps of higher capacity, maybe about say 30,000 liters per minute in future. Maybe hopefully the market accepts our product. And lastly, we are looking forward for developing magnetic drive pump. The magnetic drive pumps, we have developed few models, and those are basically leakage free pumps. So the maintenance time can be saved. The amount of I would say the oil spillage from gland packing and everything can be saved. So this is what our plan is in the next 5 years of run, and maybe in next Chemtech we might be able to launch few of these products here.